Hi, I'm Rob Johnstone with Woodworker's Journal magazine, and today I'm going to talk about filling voids with two-part epoxy. Recently, I built this table from a thick slab of myrtle hardwood, and as you can see, it had deep voids in the surface. I chose to use epoxy tinted to a color that accents well with it in order to fill those voids and make the top look better. You might be asking, why use epoxy to fill the voids here? Well, I have three main reasons why I chose to do it in this project. First, epoxy, as it cures, doesn't shrink, so that's an advantage. Second, I can tint it with this dye to mix it into a complementary color that I think accents the table nicely. And third, when it's cured, it's super hard and easy to finish. All of those added up to a good product. Now I'm going to show you how I actually use this to fill the voids. As you might know, as you likely know, epoxy comes in two parts. There's a resin, which is the actual substance, and then there's a hardener that makes the chemical reaction start. I put those two together, and these West system containers are great because one pump on each one of them mixes the exact right proportion for your epoxy, which is a real advantage. Then I add some dye. This is an aniline dye, trans-tint aniline dye. Now a little bit of it goes a long way. So what I did was use this little coffee can top as kind of a color palette. I mixed up a very small batch. This stuff is expensive. Mixed it up and then used it to fill in the voids and to see how I like the color. I was surprised at how lightly I had to tint the epoxy mixture because that epoxy got dark as soon as I put it into the voids. Keep this sample, even after it hardens, as your color palette and match it as you make a larger batch to fill all of the voids. One really curious thing about working with wood like this is that those voids and bark inclusions can communicate all the way through to the other side of the table or the top, which means epoxy as a liquid until it cures will flow right through. That's why this paper is here to keep from gluing this top down to the bench. The other place it can flow out is these veiny edges, which is really annoying because you can't use masking tape to stop that flow and it will just keep coming. So I used plumber's putty to stop it, which worked great, stopped it perfectly. Then I had to get the plumber's putty out and that wasn't so great. So it was hard to get it out of the void because it wants to stick. I suggest modeling clay. You can put it in there, pack it in tight, and then when it's time to remove it, you can use water just to wash it out. Now, two-part epoxy may not be the perfect filler in every situation, but for working with slab lumber like this, I think it's just a ticket. If you're interested in working with slab lumber in the future, I hope this technique may prove useful for you. I'm Rob Johnstone for Woodworker's Journal. Thanks for watching, and keep on making sawdust.